I watched as she sat across from me at dinner, smiling, sipping the wine I paid for, wearing the dress I bought her, and texting the man whose pockets she was secretly filling with my money. She thought she was clever. She thought I didn't know. But I did. And tonight was the night she would learn what it felt like to lose everything. Claire and I had been married for 8 years. We built a life together, or so I thought. I was the provider, the steady one, always making sure our future was secure. She, on the other hand, was carefree, charming, and unpredictable, which I once found intoxicating. I had always trusted her. That was my mistake. Lately, though, money had been vanishing. At first, small amounts. Then thousands. She had explanations, of course. A friend needed help. A family emergency. Expenses I supposedly forgot about. I wanted to believe her. Until I saw the bank statements. Until I saw his name. It happened on a Tuesday night. Claire was in the shower, steam curling out from the bathroom door, humming softly as if nothing in the world was wrong. I had just walked into the bedroom to grab my phone charger when I noticed her laptop open on the bed. I wasn't snooping. Not at first. But then my eyes caught something, an email notification. Money transferred, love you, baby. My pulse quickened. I hesitated for only a second before clicking it. The email confirmed a wire transfer of $15,000 to someone named Ryan. My stomach knotted. That wasn't the first transaction. My fingers moved fast, scrolling through months of statements. $75,000. Gone. My rent money. My investments. The bonus I had worked overtime for. All funneled, bit by bit, into this man's pockets. I felt my breath hitch, my heartbeat hammering in my ears. A sickening cold spread through my chest, but I forced myself to keep reading. Then, I found the worst of it. I can't wait to start our new life together. He has no idea. By the time he figures it out, we'll be long gone. The room suddenly felt smaller, the walls pressing in. My hands clenched into fists as I reread those words. Over and over. The betrayal wasn't just financial, it was total. She was planning to leave me. With him. And my money. The shower turned off. The sound of water dripping. The door creaked open. I closed the laptop. Took a deep breath. Forced my face into neutrality. She thought she had one. She had no idea what was coming. For the next week, I played my part flawlessly. I kissed Claire good morning, just like always. Smiled when she laughed. Held her hand at dinner, nodding along to her stories as if I wasn't imagining the lies hidden between her words. At night, I lay beside her, pretending to sleep while my mind calculated every move. She thought she had me fooled. She had no idea that behind the scenes, I was dismantling her world. First, I hired a private investigator. I needed more than just stolen money, I needed everything. Within days, I had photos, timestamps, receipts. Claire and Ryan, meeting at a dimly lit bar across town. Her leaning into him, laughing, touching his arm. Him kissing her neck in the parking lot. Hotel bookings under her name. Proof. It was almost laughable. She was throwing away a stable life for him, a bartender, younger than me, barely scraping by. A man who couldn't afford to take her to a decent restaurant without my money. That's when I went to my lawyer. I had kept the prenuptial agreement tucked away for 8 years, never imagining I'd need it. But now? It was my weapon. Any infidelity, and she got nothing. No house. No savings. Not a cent. My lawyer drafted the divorce papers quietly, making sure every legal loophole was covered. When the time came, she wouldn't have a leg to stand on. Then, I turned my attention to the finances. Claire thought she was siphoning money without my knowledge, transferring small amounts into a hidden account, bleeding me dry. She had no idea I was already bleeding her out. I moved my assets into private accounts under my name alone. Froze unnecessary cards. Adjusted direct deposits. By the time I was done, our joint account, the one she still thought she had control over, was her only access to cash. She believed she was still in control. That she could take what she wanted and leave. She was about to find out exactly how wrong she was. The trap was set. That evening, Claire came home, humming to herself, oblivious to the storm waiting for her. She tossed her purse onto the counter, kicking off her heels, already pulling out her phone. I watched from the dining table, swirling the amber liquid in my glass, waiting. It took only seconds. Her face changed. First, a frown. Then confusion. Then full-blown panic. Her fingers flew across the screen, her breathing growing sharp and uneven. There's something wrong with our bank account," she muttered, barely looking up. I tilted my head, feigning ignorance. "Oh?" She rushed to the laptop, her hands shaking as she logged in. I leaned back, savoring the moment. Watching as realization crashed over her like a tidal wave. Her face drained of color. Every single account empty. Her mouth parted, eyes darting over the screen, desperate for an answer that wouldn't come. Where's the money?" she stammered, her voice barely above a whisper. I took a slow sip of my drink before meeting her eyes. "Gone." She turned to me, wide-eyed. "What do you mean, gone?" I set my glass down deliberately, letting the silence stretch between us. "I moved it," I said simply. "Every last cent." For a moment, all she did was stare. Her lips parted, but no words came. It was as if her brain refused to process what was happening. Then, panic. "You can't." She reached for her phone again, probably to check her hidden account. But there was nothing left to check. I slid a folder across the table. "While we're at it, here's something for you." She hesitated, then picked it up with trembling hands. The divorce papers. Ironclad. Bulletproof. She had signed a prenuptial agreement years ago, probably forgetting all about it. But I hadn't. It was clear, infidelity meant she got nothing. No house. No savings. No support. She swallowed hard. "You." I leaned forward, my voice calm, measured. "I know everything, Claire. The money. Him. The plan to leave me." Tears welled in her eyes. She shook her head frantically. "Please, we can fix this." I made a mistake." I let out a soft chuckle. "Oh, we're fixing it, all right." She fumbled for her phone, gripping it tightly like a lifeline. "I need to call." I snatched it from her hands before she could finish. "You mean Ryan?" I unlocked the screen with ease and turned it toward her. Her own text messages stared back at her, but it was the last one that made her legs wobble. "Send to him." From her phone. "Claire and I are done. The money's gone. You're on your own." She gasped, a strangled sound of pure horror. "You didn't." I smiled. "I did." The next morning, Claire's world collapsed. She tried calling Ryan first, desperation laced in every attempt. No answer. She called again. And again. Until finally blocked. Without the money, she meant nothing to him. Panic-stricken, she rushed to the bank, hoping to salvage something. Anything. But every account, every asset had been legally locked down. She had nothing. Then came the final blow. I had forwarded everything: bank statements, transaction records, emails, photos of her with Ryan to her family, her friends, the people who had once admired her. Her parents. Her siblings. Her closest confidants. One by one, the calls started coming in. Claire, what have you done? How could you do this to him? You're on your own. By noon, she was a pariah. The people who had once defended her, the ones she would have run to for comfort, wanted nothing to do with her. By evening, she stood in the doorway, a suitcase in hand. Tear-streaked. Shaking. Broken in a way she had never imagined. She looked at me, eyes hollow, voice barely above a whisper. Where am I supposed to go? I took a slow, satisfied breath. Then, with the cold finality she had earned, I met her gaze. Not my problem. Claire moved into a dingy motel that night, the kind with flickering neon signs and walls that smelled of regret. Alone. Ryan never contacted her again. Without my money lining his pockets, she was no longer his problem. His promises of a new life evaporated, leaving her stranded in the reality she had crafted. She attempted to fight the divorce, desperate for a foothold. But the prenup held. Ironclad and unforgiving, it left her with nothing: no house, no savings, no alimony. She had gambled everything and lost. As for me, I thrived. Freed from the weight of her betrayal, I reinvested my finances, watched my wealth grow, and traveled to places we had only ever talked about visiting. Life had become richer, fuller, unburdened. And the best part? Months later, a message from an unknown number flashed on my phone. I miss you. Can we talk? I chuckled softly, a sense of calm washing over me. Without hesitation, I pressed delete. Some people never learn. Betrayal changes you. It hardens you. But it also frees you. Claire thought she could take everything from me. She thought I would be blind, weak, helpless. But she forgot who I was. And in the end, the only person who lost everything was her. Some betrayals leave scars, others leave lessons. And some? Some leave people exactly where they deserve to be.